I'm making this video to talk about all this stupidity that people are really showing when they're, making insulting comments on my videos. I'm all for free speech and everything, but when it's a video where I'm clearly showing proof, it's not like I'm making a video where I'm just mindlessly blabbing on about Myron Fagan being a racist. Okay? I am reading verbatim from a book written by him, where he clearly is a racist and a white supremacist. A lot of people don't like that. I'm thinking, because there's this one video, I did like a 3 or 4 part or whatever series where I'm reading from Myron Fagan's how greatest white nations were mongrelized then negroized. Anyways, there's like in 4 parts. I do those videos, would it be the most popular? They're like my most hated videos on my whole channel. Part 4 is really hated for some reason. People really love to take some jabs at me there on that one. And I can't figure out why. I mean, why don't they just thumb down all of them? Why is it just 4? Maybe I ought to go back and listen to it. I don't know. But I clearly show, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, it's not like I'm making anything up. I add my own commentary in it and my opinions of what I think of his racist viewpoints. And I clearly say, well, I don't know, I think it's wrong to call them all savages, all black people savages, and they can't build a decent civilization without white man's law, or I don't know. I know this black woman. Well, that was her avatar on the YouTube channel. I don't know exactly who it was, but commented on it saying how I'm tired of accusing me of being a liberal Satanist, that using the black person as like a kind of victim or something to promote my liberal views. Total bullshit. That's what I tried telling her, but I just thought, well, it's not really worth it. But this is where they got everybody trapped. They got everybody trapped in this right versus left. If you expose anything on the far right, anti-Illuminati shills, they want to paint you as an anti-Trump, pro-Nancy Pelosi, pro-Hillary liberal, or pro-Bernie Sanders. Not understanding fully what I'm trying to do here. And I'm not just trying to go off on all these guys are probably shills. No. I'm proving that these people are clearly shills. Myron Fagan might have not been a racist at all. He might have just been an Illuminati agent writing that stuff out, so liberals could use those kind of books that he wrote to paint all anti-New World Order critics as white supremacist racist. There's always that. Either way, I show by his own words, not mine, that he was a white supremacist. His title of that book that I read is clear enough proof. How greatest white nations were mongrelized, then negroized. Okay. It is okay to say that the elites are using the racial chaos that's going on, or the immigration crisis, to bring about the crisis needed to bring about a new world order. Yeah, they clearly are doing that. But you take it a step farther when you're you know, not just against it for that reason. You're just against it because, you know, you feel blacks and Mexicans and Chinese are inferior to the white man. And you don't want any race pollution. Whatever. You can express that opinion, but you're racist. I mean, you are. To make the statement that only the white people have created the great civilizations and the rest have been tribal savages. Black people shouldn't have movie roles that were he said that in his, I think it was in his civil rights one that I read, where black actors were starting to appear in Hollywood movies and decent casting roles, and he had a problem with that. Well, why would you have a problem with that unless you're a racist? Again, these people, I got 8 thumbs down on that Myron Fagan video. And you know, yeah, it's just stupid. I think these people are just watching that one and then just hearing a few things that I say and then just automatically saying that, you know, automatically going off about, oh, he's a liberal, he's a, you know, he's trying to, you know, create division, you know, trying to paint these grandfathers of our truth movement as bad to discredit it. No, they pretty much did that themselves. If you can't accept that Myron Fagan is a racist, which I prove in my videos, then you're either in denial. I'm not going to name call, so I'm going to avoid calling people stupid. I'm going to say brainwashed. I don't stoop low like those people do. And just brainwashed. Or they're just shills themselves, or trolls on YouTube that are trying to make that video. You see, if they can get more and more thumbs down on the video and more abusive comments, like calling me stupid or calling me a liberal Satanist or weird looking, well, that was with that, I think a black woman or whatever that was on YouTube who, you know, was accusing me of being a liberal Satanist, and all these other name calling. If they can get as much as they can and paint that video really bad, I mean, it's a good way to get people to think once they start on the video and they see the thumbs down to not listen to it fully, because there is a move. Because you see, I'm really breaking it wide open with these revelations. I'm really breaking it open. I'm breaking open the fact that this truth movement was nothing but a COINTELPRO operation to begin with, possibly to prepare us for this Trump deception. Because it was going to be the Alex Joneses, it was going to be the whistleblowers, or the, you know, people that were, you know, bullhorning, you know, warning people about this coming New World Order, that were actually going to be cheerleaders for it once they got their guy in. And it was going to lean more towards Zionist, or, you know, British Israelism, fulfilling Bible prophecy. It was going to come in as right wing. Left wing, while they use that, I don't think is meant to be. I think it's meant to collapse. I think it's meant to fall apart. And I think what they're bringing in with this far right side of the New World Order, that just might be the very New World Order that they're bringing in. Establish a total and complete despotic oligarchy, not a democratic socialist order that was always meant to collapse. Not saying that socialism or democracy or whatever ism, communism or whatever, capitalism, all these isms, people get trapped in. People don't have an open mind and don't try to think outside of their religious group. Let's face it, these people in the truth movement, it is a cult, it is a religion. And if you question that religion, you are deemed a heretic. That's why I call these people, if they're following Myron C. Fagan, if they're following Anthony J. Hilder, or any of these people, Trump, they're disciples of that person. They're not actual individuals who are using their brain. They are people who can't think for themselves, who need a leader, who can't do any research, who can't see the writing on the wall. I saw it coming over 10 years ago. I saw it coming when I was noticing a lot of the alt-right people I used to listen to. Well, that's where they were going. They were starting to sound like Fox News. Meaning, at the end of Bush, that was when I kind of started to really wake up to this New World Order thing. At the end of the Bush era, in the beginning of the Obama era, Alex Jones and all them guys, they used to always talk about how both the right wing and left wing are both controlled by the Illuminati, and it doesn't matter, Democrats versus Republicans, it's just a distraction. It's just a major distraction meant to give us the idea that we have freedom of choice, or as long as they vote for the party that supposedly represents, that they feel represents them, all these problems will go away. When in fact, it'll never happen. But then right around the time 2014, 2015, somewhere around there, well, that's not 10 years, it's more like, I'm going to say 6 or 7 years. That's probably 2013 to 2014. I could totally see a coming fascist theocracy. Possibly. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. Anything can fucking happen at this point. Pardon my French. But that's where I see it going. I can see them uniting church and state again. And after all this chaos that they started, bring in a global theocratic New World Order. And I've read certain Masonic and Illuminati articles, books, where they do talk about that, where the forces of evil, the forces of communism, the forces of socialism, will be cleansed, destroyed, defeated at the end of days, at their end of days, that they talk about, Clymer talked about, and the new Jerusalem will, come out of it, the new heavens and the new earth that the Illuminati talk about, fulfilling Bible prophecy in their own twisted way, which is why ever since Trump, it's nothing but Bible prophecy with these Christians and stuff, Trump Cyrus, and he's paving the way for the Jewish Moshiach and all this other bullshit. That's a side of the New World Order that wasn't usually covered with these so-called truthers, is the Chabad Lubavitch, the Zionism. It was always the left. It was never, that they were going to sneak in through the right and get all these truthers under their umbrella. I know you probably can't hear me right now, but a lot more going off. Okay, now you can hear me better. But anyways, yep, that's the side of the New World Order that they'd usually never talk about. And I said this probably around 6 or 7 years ago, that you watch, after this Obama, whoever's going to get in next, if there is a next president, it's going to be far right. And he's going to basically supposedly speak for all the people who have on the right, who have been so angry and fed up with all this socialist, the politically correct bullshit. So therefore, you're going to have a president puppet who is going to supposedly pretend to, save us from all that stuff. And voila. That's why I didn't predict, of course. I saw Trump coming. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video quick. Take care.